So you want to fix your back and heal yourself from pain once and for all? I'll tell you how. I've been healed of chronic back pain for over 15 years, and I'm talking about excruciating pain. But before I go on, I want you to do this one thing for me. I want you to take everything you've ever known about pain and healing, and I want you to check it. Get rid of it. Here's why. Because let me guess, you've probably tried physical therapy, acupuncture, stretching, hanging upside down like a freaking bat, surgery, or all of the above. And maybe you've gotten better, temporarily. But for some reason, you still suffer from back pain and spend all that money and time on things that don't work. What I'm about to share is based on the work of Dr. John Sarno, who, in my opinion, there's no one better when it comes to healing back pain, straight up. Because here's what he proved, and this will be an eye-opener for a lot of you, is that all those structural abnormalities, like herniations, scoliosis, wear and tear, etc., guess what? They're not the cause of your pain. More and more scientists are discovering that there's almost no correlation between pain and what shows up on x-rays and MRIs. You'll say, but Josh, I've seen my x-ray. There's this and that on my spine, exactly where my pain is. And I believe you, but here's the thing. It's purely coincidental. Because how do you explain the fact that many people without back pain have disc bulges? And lots of people with back pain have no structural problems. Or the spinal abnormality will be on the right side, but the pain will be on the left side. Or the pain is sometimes on and off, or even moves to different parts of the body, which is a whole other issue that I'll cover in the future. So yeah, structural abnormalities do exist. But as Sarno says, they're just normal abnormalities. They're just there. They're a part of aging. But again, they're not the cause of your pain. They were probably there even before your pain, but you just didn't know it till a doctor told you, till you had a reason to get your back checked. All right, here's a common scenario you might relate to. Let's say you pick up your kid and start feeling pain, so you think something physical happened to your back. So the next time you see your kid, you're like, uh-oh, I can't pick him up, expecting pain. Your brain then makes an association between picking up your kid and pain. And then you have this thought every single day, conditioning your mind. And so what happens? Just as you expected, like Pavlov's dog. But the truth is, picking up your kid wasn't the cause, okay? It was simply a trigger. I'll talk more about triggers another day. Okay, so what's the cause of your pain then? Here's what Sarno discovered through decades of research and clinical success, is that your pain, listen, is due to oxygen reduction, low blood flow, due to unconscious tension. He refers to it as TMS, tension myositis syndrome, which over time evolved to be the mind-body syndrome. But anyway, this tension is the result of unknown, unfelt, repressed anger. More specifically, repressed rage. You might say, I don't feel angry. I don't feel rage. Yeah, because it's repressed. Let me ask you, because a certain personality type tend to have these physical symptoms. Are you a perfectionist? Are you driven? Always pushing, putting demands on yourself? Do you stress out and worry a lot? Do you harbor any anger or resentment? Or are you, as he likes to call, a goodist? Someone who's overly responsible, trying to keep everybody happy? If yes to any of these, well, that is enraging to the unconscious mind. If it's not recognized or properly discharged, it gets built up and induces pain. Because what your brain does, it's like a defense mechanism. Instead of facing your emotions, the brain creates a diversion, a distraction to get you to focus on your body, on your pain. And that pain distracts you from unacceptable feelings. So that's why you don't feel them and you say, I don't feel sad, I don't feel angry, I don't feel stressed. Exactly. Because if you did feel your emotions, you wouldn't have the symptoms. You get it? You say you're okay, but your body says you're not. So think of your pain as both a distraction and a message saying to you, hey, slow down, you're out of balance. And another thing, if pain is caused by structural decay, which happens as you get older, then why are most back patients, ironically, young people, or those who fall within what Sarno calls the years of responsibility, or midlife, which can be years of what? Marital problems, divorce, family issues, career changes, pregnancy, death of loved ones, moving to different locations, and so on. These stressors, these losses, some even traumatic events can really screw you over if you keep them bottled up. The inner conflicts will generate pain. So the solution, Sarno says, is this. Ready? Think psychologically from now on, not structurally. Because most of the advice and treatments out there thinks about the physical, right? Doctors will tell you to be careful, to take it easy, to not sit too long, to use special mattresses and chairs, and don't do this and don't do that, treating you like you're freaking fragile, you know what I'm saying, and broken, needing constant repair, which is dangerous. Because if you accept that, yo, it becomes self-fulfilling. It perpetuates the pain. Folks, you're not fragile, okay? You're not. The back is the strongest part of the human body, for goodness sake. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise. So your back's not the problem. Your beliefs are. So fix that first. Fear will only make things worse. Don't ever forget that. So to think psychologically is to be introspective. For example, if you feel pain, take a step back and reflect for a moment. Ask yourself, what's going on in my life right now? Or if you've been experiencing pain for a long time, then try to think back as far as possible to the events that led up to it. Try to see what you might be repressing. Then once you're able to identify any hidden emotions, such as anger, guilt, grief, whatever it may be, then face them. Feel them. Let that out, you know what I'm saying? And express them fully in order to release them, for the energy to dissipate. In other words, let go. Because remember, it's not so much about getting rid of the pain. It's about taking away the reason behind the pain. Is this making sense? But here's what's also interesting. Because sometimes you don't even have to do this. Sarno was mystified by the fact that the patient simply having the knowledge of what was going on, exposing the brain to strategy, would sometimes get rid of the pain too. He called this knowledge therapy, where just accepting this information can alter your body's physiology, which is probably happening to some of you right now as you're watching or listening. So again, here's what I want you to take away from this. There's nothing wrong with you. Your body's fine. Your pain, it's just the brain trying to protect you. You're safe, you guys. There's nothing to fear. You're not damaged. You're not broken. So stop trying to heal and go live. Resume all normal activity, as Sarno says. Recondition your mind. And just watch. The pain will disappear for good. Because you get what you believe. Yeah. Alrighty guys, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button to help support this channel, and the bell right next to it to be notified of my next video. I pump these out every single week, so you don't want to miss them. If you're listening via podcast, I'd really appreciate a review. Gets more people to discover my work, and of course help spread this message. Like I always say, more's coming. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.